Hey guys, Marco from Feel Like an Athlete here. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone out there. I hope that the damage over the silly season wasn't too bad and that you're back into some type of routine and hopefully feeling a little bit better and ready to kickstart and get ready for 2019. I guess the video of the week that I'm doing this week will be on the topic of palate fatigue. So it's real. What is it, and I guess some strategies around it, because most people will get it time to time. They just probably don't realize that they have it. So I guess what is palate fatigue? It's when you consume the same food or food groups over and over again, and you lose a desire for it. It might just be that you lose motivation to keep eating the way that you're eating or eating healthy. So. And I've had this conversation with people, I guess, as they were ending last year, and even towards people starting still this year, where they're starting to get it or starting to see signs of it. And it's very, very similar to a training program or just training. Some people will do the same thing day in and day out with their training, and they'll get, law of diminishing returns with the results. And to some effect, that can happen with food. I guess it's not the question that I get mainly is, if I'm eating the same foods over and over again, is it bad for me? If you can deal with it, it's not that bad. With the consideration that you're eating healthy foods. If you're finding that you're eating the same thing over and over again, and you're losing this motivation, or you're not enjoying it, then you might be experiencing some form of palate fatigue, right? So we kind of draw that same comparison to training, because that's kind of an easier way of looking at it. So I guess I've got a couple of points as to some ways that you can get around palate fatigue. The first one still, revolves around still making sure that you're planning your meals. So if you are someone who does your meal prep and you're planning your meals on Saturday and Sunday for the week, maybe find a new recipe, so that when you're still doing your prepping, find a new recipe that you can add in that week, or take one out that you usually do and add in a new one. So that would just be changing your meals, right? If you are someone who likes to kind of keep things pretty structured, then the first thing I'd say is to throw in or look at adding in some herbs and spices. This is kind of a macro-friendly solution, so for people out there who are counting their macros, herbs and spices are going to be pretty safe for you guys to do. So look up some recipes, herbs and spices that go with chicken, herbs and spices that go with red meat, or even, vegan-style types of dishes. Start adding in or changing up the way that food tastes. So that's not really a big change at all, but it can make a big difference to how the food tastes when you're eating it. The second one would be for protein, switch up your protein options. So if the standard like chicken, broccoli, and rice type of thing, if you're having that, switch to another lean poultry type of product, say like turkey. Turkey mince can taste a little bit different. That can give your palate something different, right? The next one would be super, super important. I do talk about this a lot, especially for those who have maybe issues with like their gut health, is to switch up your source of vegetables. Now, according to Google, 5 minutes ago I Googled this, there are 500 different vegetables in the world, but most supermarkets, grocery stores have like 20 to 30 available options. So still within that 20 to 30 available options, if you're constantly eating broccoli, change that up with another green vegetable. You might want to go beans or asparagus or both, right? We want to make sure that you're covering your nutritional basis. And if you're just having broccoli as your green vegetable, then you might be missing out on other stuff. So change up your vegetables. Change up the way you're cooking your food. So if you're constantly just pan frying things, maybe even you've got a barbecue outside, maybe grill some stuff outside. Oven roast your vegetables if you're just constantly microwaving them, as an example. So change up the way you're cooking food. Slow cookers, awesome, right? You just put your protein in, your vegetables in, whatever herbs and spices, and like say stock or whatever, and let all that food marinate in those sauces. That's going to taste different for you guys, and that's going to help you guys, I guess, enjoy your meals more and not lose that motivation and hence get palate fatigue. So I hope that's helped, guys. If you guys out there who are watching this, if you're someone you think that might be you, try a couple of these things. I always talk about not trying to do too many things at once. So maybe try one or two of these things And then if it works, stick to that. If it feels like you're still, it's still not addressing it, then go for something else. And go for another one of the options that I discussed. All right. Good luck, guys. All the best for 2019. Thank you.